Start the setup. Ladies and gentlemen, today we get to discuss a fundamental question that has puzzled business and leaders and scholars for centuries. As the world of commerce started to evolve, one dilemma remains at the forefront. What drives the most successful business? Is it the commitment to ethics or the pursuit of profits? On one hand, a strict other two ethical principles can foster trust and social responsibility. On the other hand, prioritizing profits can stimulate economic growth and reward the shareholders. But can these two goals coexist, or must business choose one from them? So, our team is here to analyze and examine that question. So, I am Sanjay.
And I am Manohar.
And I'm Vaibhav.
I'm Vinuta.
My name is Nalini.
I am Anand.
So, guys, who is going to take it? Who is going to
Okay,
go
I will
first?
start. I will start the topic. Okay, I will kick things off. I firmly
Yeah, go,
believe
man.
that ethics are the backbones of a successful business. Businesses that prioritize the ethical practices tends to the build stronger relationships with their customers, employees, and communities. Also, trust, which is built through ethical conduct, is a vital asset in today's competitive market.
I disagree, Manohar. At the end of the day, profit is what kept the business running. No matter how ethical a company, without a profit, it can't survive. Profit is the reasonable business to grow, hire the employees, expand the operations, and fund the new projects. Without profitable, a business bound to fail.
Anand, I understand your point, but I believe should not see this ethics either or situation and either ethics and profit going hand in hand. Ethics company of offer attach more loyal customers and employees and investors and to with which leads the sustainability growth. A business is ethical maintenance of probability in long term running.
Let's not forget that a business built profit motivates may facial legal consequences and public backlash. If companies cuts corner to profits, like exploiting workers or harming the environment, I will leave in inevitability come back to haunt them. Look at how much public trust companies like Facebook and Wells Fargo lost due to unethical behavior. That loss a trust cost far more than profit in the long run.
I see your
Yeah,
point,
that's a great
but focusing solely on ethics can sometimes be impractical. Many successful businesses, especially in their early stages, focus primarily on achieving profit. They may not have the luxury to worry about ethics at the start. The priority is survival. Once they are financially stable, then they can shift their focus toward ethical practices.
Guys, I think we are missing the point that business success requires balancing the ethics and profits. Like a company which sacrifices profits for ethics will go will damage its revenue. And if a company goes with the profits, and I mean, if a company goes with the ethics rather than profits, it may end up bankrupt. So the key is to find a middle ground where business is ethically responsible and socially profitable.
Okay, I can't agree more with the Sanjay. However, I could still argue that without ethics, no amount of profits can ensure a long-term successes. Okay, take the example of Enron. They were highly profitable, but unethical, and look where they ended up. Their profits were based on the deceptions, which led to one of the biggest corporate scandals in history. The lack of ethics destroys the companies.
Manohar, while Enron's case is cautionary tale, there are also plenty of companies that have thrived while focusing on profit. Look at Amazon. They revolutionized e-commerce and made billion in the process. They weren't always perfect, but their primary focuses was making profits, which allowed them, which allowed them to innovate, to expand, and eventually addresses ethical concerns as they grow.
True, Anand. But Amazon also investors heavy cooperative responsibility now, including workers' condition and sustainability investors. And profit do not mean ignores the ethics. It means creating a sustainability model that allows from the ethics particles and from parts of long-term success. So yes, profit is the necessary, but it's how you end it the matter. That's the matter of the ever word.
I think it all boils down to this. If business focus on first profit first, they might success in the short term, but in the long term run, if they lack ethics, they will lose consumer trust and credibility. Customers care more about how a business operates and its social responsibility than the bottom line alone. If they feel a company is not ethical, they will.
But let's be real, Vinita. Businesses need to generate profits to be able to grow and eventually scale their opportunities in ways that can support ethical practices. If you don't focus on profit first, you cannot find the initiatives that might make you more ethical, like charitable donations, environment responsibility, or fair wages for employees.
That's exactly what the point I want to convey. So, profit is important for the expansion and growth, but ethics should not be compromised. A successful business needs to model the balances between the two. So, when you do it really profitable, but also builds trust. So, when the trust builds, you will get all the stakeholders, you will get all the clients. So, when we have more clients, we can get more profits. So, first thing we have to do is building trust, so that can be only done by ethics.
Yes, and when you put ethics
And
first, okay, tell me, Sanjay. Yes,
when you do it
and
right, your business is not only profitable but also builds trust.
okay, yes, and when you put ethics first, you are creating a culture of respect, responsibilities, and transparencies. Okay, businesses with these values tends to the ethics and attract more loyal customers and employees, which eventually translates into more profit. Ethical conduct builds a strong foundations that leads to the sustainable success mainly.
I still believe the profit should be the priority. If the business doesn't focus on maximizing revenue and growth, it eventually struggle to implement any ethical practices. It like it like building a house. You need to structure the first profit, and once that in place, you can focus on any making environmental friendly.
Yeah, both sides are valid points, but I think the most success business understanding the profits and ethics are not mutually exclusive, and in choosing the one over the another, the force a long term of struggles and ethics and practical and the fuel for probability profitably and enables the continuing good doing good.
Great
Great
discussion.
discussion.
It seems like we have come to the conclusion that business need to strike a balance between the ethics and profit. Profit ensures survival and growth, while ethics build trust and reputation. Those are also critical for long-term success. The key is not to go sacrifice one for the other, but to integrate both of them into a successful strategy. Thank you, everyone. That's all for tonight. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.